The entire history of WWE in 5 minutes. Let's go. In 1952, the Capital Wrestling Corporation, or the CWC, was born thanks to Joseph Toots Monts and, of course, Jess McMahon. They then joined the National Wrestling Association, or the NWA, where they ran shows at Madison Square Garden. Jess McMahon ended up passing away a year later, so his son Vincent J. McMahon took over the job. After a couple of years, they finally made it onto TV in 1955, with the top draw being the NWA champion Lou Thesz. Eventually, there was a man who came to challenge Thesz, and that was the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. Wait, Ric Flair wasn't the original Nature Boy? McMahon and Mont wanted Rogers to go over as he was huge in the Northeast where CWC was located, but the rest of the NWA board didn't agree with this. It didn't matter anyways because Rogers went over and the CWC left the NWA the next day. Classy. And instead, they formed the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. So now, the WWF, Jesus, that's a mouthful, needed a new belt since technically they couldn't use the NWA belt anymore, so Rogers became the first ever champion in recognized history. In the same year, Rogers eventually dropped the belt to the biggest time babyface, Bruno Sammartino, who to this day still has the longest reign as world champion of 2,800 days. Yes, that is 7.5 years. This dude forgot what the word lose means. This also reaches us to the 1970s, where Toots Mondt, one of the founders, gambled away all his money, meaning McMahon had full power of the company. So McMahon joined the NWA again with big-time names such as Pedro Morales, Billy Graham, Bob Backlund, and of course, Big Bruno running the show. Also, Pat Patterson won a super legit tournament in Brazil to become the first ever Intercontinental Champion. Totally real, totally happened. And in 1982, everything changed when Vincent K. McMahon joined the story. He bought the company and ditched the NWA, dreaming of something that people couldn't even imagine. He turned wrestling from a local sport to a global phenomenon. The change with Vince was instant, gaining major TV slots and touring around the country with his main eventer, Andre the Giant. Also at this time, they crowned the first ever women's champion, the Fabulous Moolah, so that's pretty fun. But none of this even came close to the importance of the man that changed the business forever, and maybe Vince McMahon's biggest accomplishment to this day, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan became one of the most incredible spectacles, leg dropping his way into history. Muscles, mustache, and questionable comments on almost everything, Hulkamania was born. And just 1 year later, WrestleMania was born. It was like the Super Bowl with way more baby oil. There was also incredible stars at this time like Savage, Steamboat, Jake the Snake, and the Ultimate Warrior, putting on matches that no one could even believe. WrestleMania kept leveling up every single year. We saw the addition of major pay-per-views like Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. The 1990s come around and steroid scandal. All the major stars had to leave like Hogan and Warrior, so the WWE needed new stars. Taker, Flair, Michaels, and Hart. And Monday Night Raw debuted in 1993. Wrestling was now prime time. In 1996, other big wrestling company WCW said, let's fight. They launched Nitro and we had the Monday Night Wars. The Clique would be involved in the curtain call incident, so Vince would punish Triple H by making him lose his King of the Ring spot to some random bald guy named Steve Austin. Austin 316 was born, and the late 90s was insanity. Bret Hart got screwed in Montreal. Vince McMahon accidentally became the best villain of all time, the Attitude Era. And Vince did something unthinkable. He bought WCW for the price of a used car. Rock vs. Austin. Austin turns heel. The invasion angle, well, was a thing. Hulk Hogan randomly returned, and Shawn Michaels came back from his crazy injury. And for some reason, the WWF turned into WWE because of pandas. Yeah. 2004 and 5 saw the new generation of OVW talent being Cena, Orton, Batista, and Brock Lesnar. Eddie Guerrero passed away, but Ray stepped up to honor his legacy. Edge cashed in the first ever Money in the Bank, and we learned that no champion was ever safe. 2007 was a rough year due to the Chris Benoit situation, so WWE went PG. Blood? Gone. Chair shots to the head? Never heard of it. Between 2008 and 2010, very few people on the earth could match Jeff Hardy's popularity. John Cena and Randy Orton fought about 1,000 times. Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels had the most emotional match ever. Then Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker had the greatest match ever. Hey, remember that reality show NXT? I wonder if it's any good. 2011 was all about CM Punk. He dropped the pipe bomb and left the company as champion. He did come back a week later. It was like a Costco run. Meanwhile, The Rock came back and challenged Cena for a once-in-a-lifetime match. Spoiler, it was not. They fought the next year. Great new stars came like The Shield debuting, and Daniel Bryan rose to the top of the world. The Undertaker's streak, yeah, it ended. The heist of the century. The women's revolution. Finally giving women the respect they deserve. Kofi Mania. NXT takeovers were 5-star machines. Women main eventing WrestleManias. Everything was on fire until the pandemic hit. No fans, just LED boards and awkward silence. But someone rose from the ashes. Roman Reigns. He finally reached God mode. WWE eventually got bought out by TKO. Triple H took over creative from Vince. CM Punk came back, and Cody Rhodes finished his story. Raw debuted on Netflix, and Cena won the record 17th world title.